Business Spotlight, brought to you by Cross Rhythms and Baba Baboon.
Hello, I'm Sonya Farrall, and joining me in the studio for Business Spotlight here at Cross Rhythms is Carl Clulow and Simon Stubbs from Evolve IT. Carl, Simon, hello.
Hi, Sonya. Thanks for having us.
No, I'm absolutely honoured to have you in the studio. It's the first IT company to come in for Business Spotlight, so thank you for coming in.
Hi.
Now, Carl and Simon, you've known each other a long time, I do believe.
Yeah, just a few years, yeah.
Just a few years. You worked together in previous roles to do with IT and all that sort of thing. And then in 2011, so some years ago now, you went off and you launched your own business. How was that, first of all? Do you remember that day?
Not really, no. It was a bit of an accident, I think, at first. But no, we really enjoyed it. We hit the ground running, and we've grown organically over the years. We've got a good team around us.
Yeah. And like you said, you've grown. So you've grown from a very small team, when you first started, like anybody starting out.
Yeah, there was 4 of us when we first started.
And how many now?
10 of us now.
A team of 10?
Yeah, 10
wow.
staff, yeah.
And do you just want to explain, how that growth sort of happened, and what is this as well, the services, that Evolve IT? What are the main things that you provide within sort of North Staffordshire, going into Cheshire, Uttoxeter, and even Stafford, that you cover within your area?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work with a lot of schools, about 46 schools, and we offer IT support services. So that's generally anything from fixing laptops, PCs, to implementing wireless networks, servers, cloud solutions, and we also work with some small businesses in the area.
And as part of that, do you sort of implement as well? Is it more of a strategy that you put into place as well for the customers that you have?
Yeah, we offer an end-to-end solution. So when we introduce a customer, we put together a 3 to 5 year plan that aligns with their business plan or their financial goals to help them keep pace. Also help them keep secure and keep a realistic grip on their IT, because obviously if you don't invest for long periods of time, you have to find big chunks all at once. If you spread that out over a few years, you look after your budget better.
And is it as well, that strategy? So like you say, it's more looking ahead to the long-term goals for whether it is a school, because you do have a lot of schools that you do work with, or whether it's another business. But how vital is it? Because say if somebody thought, we just want something short term, obviously thinking ahead, how vital is it to actually have that strategy, and that strategy sort of there as part of their ongoing development plans, if you like?
It's absolutely key. It's what keeps, in schools, it's what keeps children safeguarded. If you've got low security solutions, or you've got old aging equipment and software that's out of date, that becomes a risk. The children's data, and staff data is risk. And for a small business, that could mean customers, loss of income. It's really key. So having that long-term vision and plan is vital.
And yourselves, as business partners then, do you carry out sort of different roles within the business? Simon, is it mainly that you sort of look after?
Yeah, so Carl's primary role is to do with the finance side. My primary role is to do with customer management, team management. We both do sort of overlap quite a bit, but a lot of my role seems to be customer management, staff management, and sort of new clients and sort of client retention, that kind of thing. We've sort of...
So you keep everybody happy then while he's out doing the nitty-gritty and getting all them plans in place,
He's out there getting the plaudits, and I'm sat there with a calculator.
Yeah.
That's the one,
And you need a balance in business, right?
Absolutely, when we started out, there were three of us as partners, and we all kind of carved a role for ourselves, and we've kind of stuck with it, and expanded out a little bit now. We've got, we use some services that we subcontract out, but in essence, we've both got a finger on what goes on every day.
And your staff, like we've mentioned, you've been going since 2011. It's a long time. We've gone through COVID. We've gone all through that. A lot of businesses, as we all know, could have been affected by that. Some were dramatically affected by it. But we're now going into, going through 2024. As well, and making everybody sort of looking ahead, hopefully, as well, and making those future developments and those future business goals and aims. Have you set yourselves any yet yourselves?
Absolutely. We've always sort of had goals and aims to expand the business. So what we want to do now is take our knowledge and skill set from the schools sector, which involves compliance, financial compliance, security compliance,
Okay.
DFE guidance, and those kind of skill sets, and move them into the small medium business sector.
Yes.
So we want to expand and grow and take that sort of cost-effective approach that you have to have with the public sector and implement that in the private sector, really.
So is that as well, we've touched on the areas that you do cover. Are you looking to stay particularly sort of, around Staffordshire and Cheshire? Or is there any plans maybe to even go further afield? Or do you prefer having that sort of close proximity, so you could maybe even go out face to face and see your customers instead of just being remotely? Do you prefer that?
Yeah, I think staying sort of closer is initially anyway would be the preferred. But listen, if somebody wants to come talk to us, then we're open to talking to anybody about anything really.
It's always good to be able to get there, get there in the car.
Yeah.
If there's sometimes you can't fix everything remotely, and it's nice to be able to just hop in the car and go and help somebody out if they're struggling.
And it's nice to see a human face sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you work in IT.
Absolutely.
All this technology,
Dark
it's
rooms
great.
and-
Yeah,
absolutely.
But it's nice to see, a friendly face when you might have an issue that you want to talk through, or, even a new customer, just to get that relationship going.
Yeah.
We do that, in the roles that we have in schools, we're on site a lot,
Yes.
which is really, beneficial for building that relationship, and and we do that with our small businesses as well. We sometimes just call in passing, just to try and keep it friendly. We're approachable.
Yeah.
We use the strapline, simple, honest, and effective, and that's what we do. All the solutions are as simple as possible. We're honest with people. We don't oversell. And what solutions that we come up with are effective in helping.
And we've talked about as well, you work a lot within schools throughout the area. Is the educational side, is that something which is either, whether it's something close to your heart with working in that kind of sector? Is it something you'd even like to grow on that side as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We work with a lot of academy trusts, and that's where our work's been sort of heading in the last few years. 10 years ago, IT support in school was swapping out mice and keyboards because it wasn't vital. Now schools operate as businesses, and so their equipment needs to work there and then.
You go out and it's sort of supporting the schools. Not only, you've already mentioned, you see the importance of that, not only for the security reasons and all that sort of thing, as we all know. And as we've talked about, the advances of technology are absolutely vast nowadays. There's all sorts of things going on, and all sorts of things that will continue to develop and evolve, like IT.
That's it.
So, it's important, I suppose, from your perspective, your experience from what you've seen, and how, again, going back to that strategy that you implement for the long term.
And that works really well with the trusts. The schools used to operate as individual components. Now, you might have 5, 6, 7, 8 schools within a small academy trust and an office elsewhere, and they need to be able to communicate, share files, and work really as one team. We have staff in schools where they might share some safeguarding information or some planning, and we've got the solutions in place to enable that to happen freely.
So you're providing solutions. Sorry, Simon.
Yeah, I was going to say it's also as well about even down on as far down as like supply chain as well. Offering the economies of scale. So if, like Carl said, 7, 8, 9 schools working together, if they all want a certain amount of kit, we can offer them a bigger package to put together for supply of kit as well.
Okay, so you can cover for various different avenues.
We try and see that, we try and take a top-down approach. So if you're looking at one academy trust and you know that this school needs 10 devices and this school needs 20, you try and club that together and buy on bulk for them, in economies of scale, like Simon said.
Like you say, accommodating, to help your customer as best you can. And then the other thing as well, do you, IT and the world, like you mentioned, laptops, even in the early days, maybe 10 years ago, it was replacing laptops, doing this, that and the other. Do you actually refurbish equipment?
No, we don't refurbish equipment ourselves, but we've got a UK-wide distributor that we work with quite closely. We've bought kit from them for 8, 9 years, probably, something like that. And the kit that we're getting in is really good quality. It comes with a warranty, and it's a no quibble warranty. So we can ring up today and say there's a problem with a laptop. They'll ship the part out tomorrow,
right?
And then the part's there, ready and waiting for us for next week. Even it down as far as it could be an entire laptop that's gone wrong. They'll just ship us a new one out, transfer the warranty, jobs are gone. Everything's everything carries on as before, and they are a really good company to work with as well. So yeah, so we tend to go for the slightly greener approach by doing that as well.
Yeah. So the more the sustainability angle and all that
it's
stuff.
cost effective, particularly working in schools. They're always drawn on price.
Yeah.
Constraints of budget, and that often means with IT that they're buying the cheaper low-end entry-level devices. When you look at the refurbished market, they're actually buying a more premium product, although it might be a couple of years old. It's only been used usually in a bank or some sort of big financial institution where they continually replace the devices. So,
but it can provide that, like you say, more higher-end equipment.
Higher-end equipment with a good long warranty on it, at a third of the sort of original purchase cost usually.
Yeah. And we've talked about developing that strategy as well. So from what I'm guessing, from what you're saying as well, you obviously work with customers for a long time by putting those long-term plans in place.
Some of our customers have been with us from day one.
Wow.
I've got a school that I support. I've been going there since 2009.
Yeah.
And barring the COVID period, I've been in every week since then.
Wow.
So yeah.
So again, going in
Longevity.
that face to face,
absolutely.
that communication is there throughout from day, day in day out with you.
Yeah, we become part of the staff really. We get to know the faces, and we get invited to the Christmas do's and that kind of thing.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
good relationships with people.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And then with the business, for how long you have been going as well, your staff members, do you tend to have that ethos, that culture throughout the business as well, where your staff are also with you for a long time?
Yeah, absolutely. Gavin, just a name drop there. He's been with us since day one. He was our apprentice when we started up, and he's still with us as well. We've got Josh with us, who's been there since day one as well.
Wow.
And then within the team, we've got people that have been there 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
And did they, starting as apprentice, do I take it they've grown with the business and gone through,
absolutely,
stepped up?
Absolutely. You watch people grow up really when you take them on as an apprentice. So married with children, that kind of thing now.
Yeah.
And we've currently got two of the team members are apprentices as well. It's something that we've continually invested in over the years, just to try and give people a kickstart.
Yeah.
And it's worked out really well for us.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And then before you go, is there sort of a scenario or a particular scenario that you can share which could have been quite a big project that you sort of helped somebody with, or like a all-round sort of solution that you've been able to provide for somebody?
Gosh, I mean,
was it too many?
It's too many, perhaps. It's kind of what we do. When you take one of our customers, we were involved in the provision of the broadband, the wireless, the infrastructure, the networking and the cabling, the servers, the PCs, the Microsoft 365 solution, iPads, laptops. It's a complete package, as well as. So that's the kind of technical element, and then you've got the collaboration element of making sure that they can communicate with each other effectively and share what they need to do in a secure way. We get involved in the procurement, so sometimes customers might choose to buy hardware from us, but what we do is provide them with a spec so that they can go out and shop around for themselves. So as long as it's within these boundaries of specification and you can find it cheaper, we'll set it up for you.
Okay.
So
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit now. It's not a tough question. We'll go with you first, Simon.
Go on then.
You tell me what really is, over all the years you've been doing this in business, what is the best part about working for Evolve IT?
Best part about working for Evolve IT, I think it's the when a member of staff comes to you with an issue and they've got a lesson observation coming up, the laptop's not working, the projector's gone down, and it's just the ability to go, right, you're having a panic, I'm not, I'm like, let me come with you, let me fix this issue for you, and then you fix the issue as best you can to make it work for their lesson, and then to walk out, and I'm thinking, when I walked into that classroom they were having a meltdown, now they're not, and it's a complete mill pond in there, it's great, the lesson observation is going to go perfectly, and just that feeling of thinking, well, it was broken and now it's fixed and now it's working, and that, I might have to go back later on and fix that again, but I've got it working for that time, for that period of time, that's probably one of the great parts about it.
Carl, what about you?
I've had a bit longer to think, haven't I?
You've got the luxury.
So I think we impact on a daily basis about 13,000 people, because though that number of schools with that number of children in, we're impacting the education of those children, and to know that with the team that we've got around us, we've got a really good team. To know that is just it's nice. It's a good feeling.
And where can Anybody out there who's listening and they'd like to get in touch, again, whether it's an academy trust or even if it is a business that is looking for IT support, they might never even had that IT support before. Where can they find you?
Yep, so look us up on the internet. We're www.evolveitsupport.co.uk, and all the details are on there. My face will pop up and you can book 15 minutes with me on the phone if you'd like.
So your face will pop up. What's this about on the website? Your face your face?
Yeah. So we've got a plugin called Calendly, so basically it allows you the end user, to book an appointment directly in my calendar.
Directly on yours.
Yeah, and it'll either be a Teams meeting or a phone call, depending on what you pick.
Nice little touch. Little touch. One thing I want you to say as well before you go, Carl, remind me, what is the strapline again that you mentioned?
Simple, honest and effective.
Simple, honest and effective. Carl Simon, thank you so much for coming in to Cross Rhythms. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed it.
It's been great,
but no doubt we'll speak again soon. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Definitely, thanks for having us.
No problem. There's Carl Clulow and Simon Stubbs from Evolve IT Support here on Business Spotlight at Cross Rhythms.
Business Spotlight, shining a light on our local business community. Brought to you by Cross Rhythms and Baba Baboon.